Welcome to Your Thoughts, Your Reality with Michael Cole, the podcast that shines a compassionate light on the journey of veterans battling through life's challenges. Michael is a dual elite certified neuroencoding specialist in coaching and keynote training presentations, dedicated to guiding military veterans as they navigate the intricate pathways of post-deployment life. Join him as we delve into the profound realm of neuroencoding science, empowering these brave individuals to conquer universal battles, procrastination, self-doubt, fear, and more. Together, let's uncover the strength within you to re-engage with families and society, forging a new path forward.
Hello, everybody. So we have a return guest, super excited. We have Evely Raudmets on here. And I just want everybody to know we're both smiling because I practiced her name like I don't know how many times now. So
a few months.
It has been, and like every time you're going to come on, like the day before, I'm sitting here neuroencoding myself and conditioning myself to be good with it. So Evely is an elite neuroencoding coach and speaker. She specializes in guiding tech leaders to self-mastery. She's a peak performance specialist. Her father served in the Army and her grandfather fought in World War II. And we had an amazing, if you guys haven't seen it, go back, watch the other one. It was just an amazing podcast. It was a treat. So Evely, thank you for being on, and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Thank you for having me back. And
Absolutely.
Yes, last time was a blast. It was fun. About me. So last time I shared about, and as you kindly shared, that my dad was in the Army and my grandfather was in the World War II. I have not served in the Army. However, I am a mom of 3, so it kind of feels sometimes, being pushed to my boundaries. And I think being a leader, well, being a mom or a dad is the most challenging leader position you can have, right? To
Amen.
guide and lead those little people. So a little bit about myself as the leader type. I've worked in managerial positions, been a leader, product development, marketing, sales, everything. So the leader type resonates with me, and there are challenges, as in the Army they might show up as well, like the domineering personality types and like closed personalities usually, and after seeing trauma and like a lot of responsibilities. Neuroencoding has been my key path to serving myself, my kids, and I guess that's why we're here today to talk about that, right?
Absolutely. So thank you for sharing that, first of all. And I think for both of us, neuroencoding really has impacted our lives dramatically compared to where we were before and how we use it every day still. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So my when I was in survival mode and my world was coming to an end, so to say, my mom was dying and I just lost my grandmother who raised me, and my daughter was diagnosed like severely ill. I just lost it, and as luck would have it, or divine intervention, or I don't know what to call it, neuroencoding was introduced to me. And my gut said that I get to grab it, what's been given, and put it to use. And so I did. And thanks to that, I was able to pull myself out of what I would now really call living hell, because the loved ones dying, fear of loss of a child, and not sleeping with little. It was like being in war for me, at least. And not only that, well, I wasn't able to save my mom, but I was able to coach and guide my daughter back to health.
Fantastic.
So thanks to those two.
So what is you don't follow. So what was your thing?
I can't hear you well right now for some reason.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. I can. Ask me, please.
Thank you. What were some of the things that helped with your daughter? If you don't mind me just kind of going that route.
Yep. So silencing the inner critic, I think, is the key. Like the voice in our head, depending on how we grow up and what happens to us in our lifetime. The neuroencoding tools have helped her silence the inner critic more, basically boosting self-love, self-acceptance, and being kinder towards herself. Right?
Love it.
Same here.
Love it.
And this belief we have, I think it's trained into us from school already. Like, discipline is good, it's necessary, but it can be unhealthy as well when we start beating ourselves up and like breaking our bodies and willpower and everything, demanding too much, being too hard on ourselves. Because at one point you're like, I'm done with this. Like, I can't, I know I'm tired of beating myself up. And then we look elsewhere to silence those things. And like, my family history has alcoholics in them. So alcoholism runs in my family. And I'm really honest, like at one point when I was in my 20s, I got scared. Like, will that be my path as well?
Right.
From war times and silencing the critic and everything that I've seen and witnessed in my life as well. And the neuroencoding tools work wonders. So we don't need to go for those destructive, silent, pacifying things.
Mm-hmm.
The neuroencoding, the stop technique, like being kinder, breaking the pattern of thought, realizing that I am not my thoughts, and like how our thinking creates how we feel and how we show up in the world.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. So with your daughter specifically, were there certain, and share this if you're okay with it, of course, and if you're not, I respect that as well. How old is your daughter now?
She's going to be 18 now.
Okay. So you've been through the parenting cycle. So congratulations.
Thank you. It's been an honor. And
Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. So can we talk about maybe some of those techniques that you use with your daughter that we use in all of our coaching practices, neuroencoding, specialists?
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about, because that was going to be our focus today, can we talk about some of those techniques? And we could even use an example, possibly, if you're okay with it. I'll throw you under the bus here. And I'll just show you an example, and you can give me a technique that you use specifically. How's that sound?
Sure. Yeah, awesome. Go.
All right, let me think of something. So military veteran gets out of the military, comes home. Mm-hmm. Everybody's changed in the household. So because they've been separated and everybody has grown in their own ways. What is a technique that you would suggest that you could use when you first come back, you're feeling a little anxious, a little overwhelmed, just at the thought or the possibility of what that's going to be like before you even actually maybe get home? The thoughts, because that's why I'm diving into the transition part here. The thoughts that we tell ourselves, right? The meaning we give it. What are some skills or activities, whatever you want to call them, that maybe they could use?
Everything, great question and great example. Everything begins with intent. And in neuroencoding, we call it, what do you want? Because where our focus goes, our energy flows. And usually, well, especially trauma responses, and because the brain is focused on negative things to keep us surviving, alive. Mm-hmm. So we're used to saying what we don't want. But the key thing is when you're returning home, well, we know connection is important, but regulating yourself as well. But everything begins from, what do I want? When I get home, like, to visualize how you would like things to be, how you show up, and to get practical. Let's say, like, you've set the intent, how you want to get home, like how you want to greet people, how you would like the whole scenario to go. And anxiety might pop up, right? All kinds of feelings. The easiest way to change your state is through physiology, because our thoughts create our feelings, and feelings are created in the body. And when we feel them, they're there. So the easiest way is to get out of the body, like break that pattern. So, and that's usually done by changing your body position rapidly. Like, you could jump up and down. If you're sitting, jump up fast. And usually then we do the power pose, like Superman, Superwoman. Just like look up and
Evely,
smile, because we feel our body in a good way.
Could you do the Superman pose?
So
we paused just for a second there. Yeah, please.
Mm-hmm. So you stretch your arms out, shoulders back, stretch, look up, put a smile on your face. There are so many muscles in the face that tell your body, like, that face is smiling. You better listen. Through the vagus nerve, it's gonna send like an order to your gut, make those happy chemicals now, happy hormones. And that's what you do before you enter that room, enter the door. Confidence from that pose, 25% boost in testosterone. When you push your shoulders back like that, you're more confident, meaning settled in, relaxed, aligned with yourself, and then the smile, and you show up as you, I would like to say.
I love that. I love that because it's the
And
real.
This is like something, neuroencoding is all about like the neurochemicals and how you guide yourself. But this trick, I just want to share this as well.
Please.
I believe every listener has this thing nowadays, right? So before, let's say you integrate or go back, you take the thing and you open up YouTube, for instance, and you do look at those adorable cat or dog videos. Or if you have videos of your kids, if you're a dad, for example, or a mom, you just look at them before you go in as well, because that's going to release oxytocin, the bonding hormone in your body, and the way you show up then. And that's good for even if you're returning from the office or from work at the end of the day. So, yeah.
I love that. I love that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I've not thought about that. That's fantastic.
And business meetings, when you look at those before a business meeting, you show up so powerfully to a meeting.
That's fantastic.
Or loving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the best tips I've heard on the show so far. That's really good. And
I'll take that.
Easy. Yeah, hey, please do. There's a reason we have Evely on this show, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you. So you walk through the door. Anxiety's kicking in a little bit after a couple of minutes because you just listened and watched the little, kitties or whatever. So you walk through and you feel that creeping in a little bit. What would you suggest at that point? And I'm kind of just walking through a scenario. You walk back into the door, you're feeling good, and then all of a sudden you start feeling, your mind starts going, and you start feeling that anxiety or something a little bit. What could you do?
Now, scientifically, breathing. I think a lot of soldiers and veterans know about the box breath. Box breathing, right? 4 seconds in, 4 seconds. But I have even something more efficient. That's the most efficient, scientifically, neuroscience proven breathing technique. I'm going to explain it. So you do this effective when anxiety or even a panic attack is going to kick in. You do this. You breathe in through your nose. Do you know what it resonates? Like the humans who do that, it's babies. It's like the same thing. When they cry. But what it does in the body, because when we get the anxiety or panic starting to creep in, our chest closes. It's like we get this closure and it squeezes together the heart, and the heart feels that there's lacking space and it starts pounding faster, and that's when it feeds into the anxiety. But when we breathe in fast, it's a psychological sigh is the name of the breath. You can Google it. But when we breathe in twice, then it expands the chest and the diaphragm goes down and heart has more space. So that directly, the fastest path tells the heart that it's cool. Everything's calm. You can calm down.
Fantastic.
And yeah.
Yeah, so I also know that when you're anxious, and I'm just going to add on to what you said, when you're anxious, and pay attention to your breathing just a little bit, because almost guaranteed you're not breathing, or you're having very shallow breaths in your chest, right? So
that closes it.
Absolutely, everything's closed in. Whether you're in just an unresourceful state, you guys, and anyone listening now or podcast later, when you're in an unresourceful state, anxiety, anxious, stress, any of those places, pay attention to where your breathing is, and do Evely's exercise first, and then also pay attention to where your breathing is. If it's in your lower part of your stomach. When you see a baby and they're all relaxed, and this is what made me think of it, Evely, so thank you for sparking something here.
Co-creation.
When you see a baby breathing, where do they breathe? Their stomach is going up and down because they're in that relaxed state. So follow that same pattern, just like Evely was bringing up. I think that's awesome. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah,
So,
thank you for adding to it. Beautiful.
Absolutely. So when you get yourself back in that relaxed state, what's the best thing to do? Just kind of reinforce, I'm good, I'm safe, I'm relaxed, being in myself in that sense. What's a great tool that you would suggest?
For what now?
Sorry, for anchoring that in.
For anchoring.
That feeling, that sensation, because you've kind of reframed. I'm okay now. I'm okay. I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
How do you anchor that so that you can be resourceful and go back to that whenever you want?
Squeeze your fist and say yes, and you can even pull down gesture, or like, because this is the easiest. Usually whoever has played sports, it's like, yes,
right,
we're used to doing this, so yes, just anchor that in. And of course, praise yourself, because whatever you do, the brain, like, you praise yourself, might look silly, but if you do it, your brain's like, that was felt good, and asks like, what preceded that? And like, you just did something for yourself. You showed up different, you showed up the way you wanted, and you're gonna nail it in, like anchor it in, exactly as you said.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And always, I'm going to just share something. Whenever you, my own experience here, whenever you are in that place and you celebrate, right? And you celebrate everything you can possibly celebrate. I don't care if it's I walked to the door, I got out of bed, whatever the case may be. But if you can celebrate, your body's of course looking for all those amazing hormones. So when you do that, it just, again, anchors it in more. But what I did for myself is, if I didn't feel it immediately, I got goofy with it, because you'll smile and then that will trigger it in. I promise you. As soon as you get you feel it literally. Try it right now, everybody, if you're out there listening later. So what I'm doing for podcasters, is I'm being goofy, I'm smiling, and I'm patting myself on the back, and so is Evely. And when you do that, it just releases it and you feel it in your body. So I do invite everyone to try it literally now. If you're, take that action, learn the tool, because it's a major life changer. It's a game changer. You agree? Yeah.
This same thing is what's gonna silence your inner critic, the yak 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 that goes in your mind that always like criticizes and scares you. That silences it. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. So I totally have no idea what I'm asking next, because I totally got sidetracked with just our amazing conversation. So let's go with families, if you will. We're just gonna go. Forget the questions.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go.
Free flow.
So you're the wife. You're the children, if you will, or husband, just depending on obviously who's coming home and who's already at home. So what are some skills that they may use that they're dealing with kind of the same thing? Mom or dad or uncle or whoever's coming home, but I'm anxious and I'm so excited, but I'm also a little nervous. I'm so excited, but what's in store for us? Any other exercises or thoughts? And Evely, I know I'm totally throwing you under the bus right now, and I love that you're just rolling with it. Thank you.
It's the same. It's the same. You focus on what you want. You remember, like, because the remembering is the rewiring process for the brain. You love the person who's coming back. Otherwise, you would have changed the locks. Let's be honest. Like, but you're like welcoming them back, so you get to rewire your brain. Like, and if you have a few hours, just grab this thing here, like, and write down all the good memories you have associated. It's like, just like everything you remember that's good with them, like that, you rewire it back, like it resurfaces the good hormones and the love and bonding hormones for you. And it's like when you do that rewiring and they enter the door, it's like time passed, but it really didn't. And, you show up differently.
Absolutely.
Or maybe the same way.
Right. So it's pretty cool. I mean, so I think generally from my experience is when you are able to get your mind in the right place, people just fall together instead of all of the negative thoughts that are going through their head. When you haven't seen a friend for 15 years and it's all just excitement, there's nothing negative going in there saying, oh, I wonder if they're going to judge me or any of that crap, right, that we tell ourselves in our minds. And everybody does it, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody does it. It's about controlling it and reverting back to your best self. So if you can control that and you're just going in a place of love because you did your journal that Evely was just talking about or whatever the case may be, it just connects with you because you're going in as your best self and just that excitement. So again, when you meet that friend again, you haven't seen in 6 months, and all of a sudden you just see each other, and it's like you guys haven't saw each other yesterday, and you just are just there. That's the beauty of it.
And what I would like to point out with anxiety, because I've seen brain imaging from Amen clinics, and I've seen those SPECT scans taken from a brain. Those two emotions cannot exist in the brain at the same time. When you're anxious or fearful, you can cancel out fear when you drop into gratitude. Gratitude cancels out fear and anxiety. So you may write, but what you can do is just close your eyes for 3 minutes, put your hand on your heart, and remember all the moments you're grateful for. And especially powerful are those moments when you see someone else do something good for someone, third party, and just for 3 minutes, you drop into gratitude and the anxiety will fade away.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I mean, I love the exercises. I've not done this really with another guest, just doing exercises and doing this. So it's been fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
So if a family member here, we're going to do it again.
No, come on, bring it. Let's do it.
So a family member is coming home from the military, and I'm going to switch this away from family just for a second. Hey, Marcus Weiss just popped up. Hey, Marcus.
Hey.
If a family member is coming, not family member, sorry, got sidetracked. Marcus, thank you. So, Katoma. So we go back and we're going to meet our friends. And they've, again, been somewhat disconnected. And the friends have a lot of questions, right? Hey, so what was it like? What'd you go through? What'd you do? A lot of veterans, from my experience coaching and so on, don't want to talk about it. What would be a way that they could maybe communicate that to their friends with some, I'm going to say open communication, but what are some thoughts about being able to talk to your friends or make it an okay place to let them know that I'm not ready to?
So it comes down to establishing boundaries, right? Which we none of us are really taught in this lifetime, I think, how to establish boundaries. And that those can be done in a kind way, and we don't need to take emotional responsibility for other people on how we communicate and say things. So it really like acknowledging the question, never opposing, like always aligning, thanking them for their curiosity, because what they're really doing is they care, they want to show up, they want to know, to understand you. And you can thank them if you don't feel like sharing, and just openly say that I'm not ready to share yet. I'm processing it still. But be kind and do it with candor, and
Absolutely. I think it's a great tip because again, a lot of friends and things, it's just a reconnection. So I think sometimes if you realize that, because they care, as Evely said, if you realize that it's not they're trying to put you back in anxiety, stress, those kinds of things, and just realize that they're coming from a place of love, it changes the way you deal with it.
Yeah.
So excellent. Thank you.
It's the reframe.
Yeah.
The meaning you get to assign why they ask the things. And it's basically the saying, like, always when you walk around in the world, have the assumption that everyone thinks the best of you. Just walk around in that way, that everyone means best and does best. Absolutely won't be true, because people can be fantastic, as we know, is what I like to call them. But when you do, it does not mean that you're better than someone else, but it does, like, pre-frame you to show up as your best self. Open, and you get to create the meaning you assign to things. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Let's see. My kid came. I'm gonna give him a hug.
No, please do. Please do. Show the love.
He went to bed. Yeah.
Night. and ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, Evely is in Estonia, so it's nighttime.
Oh yeah, it's nighttime. Yeah, soon.
Yeah, so thank you for doing this. Great advice. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we're not editing any of this. This just happens. Dogs bark.
Yes. Life
be lifing, as Les Brown says.
I want to share. I don't remember. You tell me if I shared this last time, but this exercise has pulled people out of clinical depression.
Please.
Maybe I didn't share it. Tell me then. It's a mirror exercise, and the mirror gets to be your best friend. And no, I'm gonna not this time. I won't tell you go look in the mirror and say you love yourself. We'll get to that. But let's do a build-up exercise for that. You ready? I haven't shared this.
Yeah, I don't know if you did, but not everybody's seen this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do it. It's a
so I think it might be useful for veterans, because it's been useful for my dad and for myself as well. It consists of 3 parts. And first part is you go look in the mirror. You say your name.
Really quick before you do this, anybody that has a pen and a piece of paper close by, please grab it, take some notes.
Yeah. You might want to write it down. It consists of 3 parts. And it's like, I'm going to go into the mirror, look at myself in the eye, not rush it, and feel into every sentence I'm about to say. And say, Evely, I'm proud of you for. And you say 7 things that come out of you. You don't prepare it. You see just what shows up. And you feel into each one. I'm proud of you for making it back. I'm proud of you for returning, being alive, like doing the things you did, surviving. Whatever comes out of you is what's supposed to come out of you. That's the first part. And you begin each sentence with your name, because that's the most important word. And then the second part is, Evely, I forgive you for. And you look yourself in the eye, and you tears may come. I ugly cried in front of that mirror, let's be honest, not only once, because you never know what shows up, and you just be there with you, and you forgive yourself. 7 things that come up.
Fantastic.
And
I just want to make a real quick note here. If you cry, it's a beautiful thing, because you're actually touching yourself.
Yeah.
You're actually touching your soul.
Something's getting released. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Because emotions are stored in the body, and when we release them, they come out through tears, and it's a normal process. It's a cleansing process.
It is.
Healing process. And you're doing it on your own, so the mirror won't say anything to anyone. So, and the third part is, Evely, I promise you that. I promise you that I will say no when I want to say no. I promise you that I will say yes when I want to say yes. I promise you to be there for you. I promise to make your dreams come true. I promise we will integrate back into this society, whatever, what comes out of you. And you just say 7 things again, and you feed into each one, and you do this exercise for 30 days. And you never prepare, and each day something new might come up, but you may want to take note of the things that move you the most and write those down. There's something there you can work with, maybe. So, yeah.
I love that. That's absolutely fantastic. I don't think you shared that last time.
No, I did.
I'm glad you did, because I'm going to try it. I've never done that exercise. So that's fantastic. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. So we're getting at the end of our time.
Again.
We'll have you on again, of course. You're welcome here anytime and as often as you would like to be on here. So you'll bring amazing insights, just an amazing light. You're just an amazing, can I say amazing too many times? Amazing person inside.
Stop it.
I know, you're hating it. I love it. I do cherish our time together, truly.
Me too,
So
thank
with
you.
that said, what we're going to do, one thing first is, how do people reach out to you?
Evely Raudmets on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. EvelyRaudmets.com is the website, and you can find me there.
Fantastic. Please drop that in the comments later if you get a chance.
Okay. Yes.
Thank you very much. And then 3 tips to get veterans and their families further faster. I know you already did like 8, but 3 more.
How much more?
It's all about the value, Evely. All about the value we bring.
This is your best friend and protector.
Mm.
Remember that. This will pull you out of... The brain doesn't know what's real and what's not. When you smile, you're halfway set. And forgive yourself. Do the exercise. Forgive yourself whatever needs to be or gets to be forgiven. And be the creator of your reality by mastering your thoughts. What Michael's all about here. So,
awesome. Thank you so much. So as always, our time as humans, the most precious resource. We don't get it back. And I know you're there late at night. So thank you for the time you spent with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm honored. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. We'll talk to you very soon. And everybody, we are out of here.
Woo-hoo-hoo, bye! Pat, 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 freaking awesome.
Thank you for joining us on another insightful journey of Your Thoughts, Your Reality podcast with your host, Michael Cole. We hope the conversation sparked some thoughts that resonate with you. To dive deeper into empowering your thoughts and enhancing your reality, visit empowerperformancestrategies.com. Remember, your thoughts shape your reality, so make them count. Until next time, stay inspired and keep creating the reality you desire. Catch you on the next episode.